Hi, this is Dr. Carl from Tonight Orlando, and I am not in the studio. I'm on location at Liz Shepherd's shop on Park Avenue. This is Liz Shepherd's shop. This is a children's shop and a fashion shop for women. We're gonna go inside and take a peek of these beautiful boutiques. Again, I'm on Park Avenue on location for Liz Shepherd. This is Babies, the children's store that Liz Shepherd designed. And what looks familiar here, my wife's been shopping here for 40 years. This is all children's fashions and boutiques. I mean, look around here. You can dress your child in any kind of clothing you want. They'll look marvelous. And this was her brainstorm when she was first starting out. She started out with a children's shop because they didn't have one here in Park Avenue. It's amazing. I look at this stuff and it just reminds me of the clothes that my kids have been wearing as they were growing up. And this is it. Babies on Park Avenue, Liz Shepherd. Now I'm going to take you to another section of the store that's really neat. This section is designs by Liz. She's made these hats, these jackets, and this is one of my wife's favorite places. She comes here and she'll buy a nice corduroy jacket. She'll buy a hat, shoes, boots. Liz has designed these things. I mean, this is the woman's fashion. In fact, there's a bag that says Queen. Well, we know she's the queen, but this is where my wife likes to shop. Follow me back here to the gowns. This is where she fits these beauty queens and pageant girls. All these gowns are here, and then when you look up on the ceiling, you'll see all the hats that she's designed, not just for Fashion Week, but for the Kentucky Derby. Last year, Liz Shepherd was at the Kentucky Derby with Stephnye wearing these hats. Unfortunately, if I would have went, I would have wore a hat, but I didn't. Look at these hats. She's designed every single one of these. These are all original fashions. This is Liz Shepherd's place on Park Avenue. You need to come here if you want something unique, something different. This is the place to go for your children, for you, and just to come in and put a smile on your face. I hope you enjoyed seeing this beautiful shop, and in just a moment, I will be joined by Liz to conduct a wonderful interview in her shop on location. Dr. Carl here. I'm in Liz Shepherd's shop on Park Avenue. It's Liz Fashion and Babies, a children's store, and she won Classic Universe Woman. Look, she's actually working in her store right now with her crown, her sash. Look at those red heels, the woman in red. Does she look great or what? Now you know why she won. She won because she's beautiful, she empowers women, and her shop has been here for over 40 years. How do I know? My wife's been shopping here for over... Liz, come on in.
Thank you.
You brought home the gold. I love it.
I
love. This is your fourth time appearing on Tonight Orlando.
Absolutely.
And it's wonderful to see you again.
Thank
You're
you.
always radiant, you're always smiling, you're
Thank
always
you.
happy. This is what we do on Tonight Orlando. We bring people in like Liz Shepherd who empower people, who are happy, and have a great story. So welcome to Tonight Orlando, and we'll start this interview soon.
Thank you, Carl.
Good evening. Welcome to Tonight Orlando, and I'm your host, Dr. Carl, and I'm really excited because we're bringing back Liz Shepherd, the Queen of Park Avenue. Her and Stephnye Weiss had gone out to Vegas to compete in a beauty pageant, and we're at Liz's shop. We're on location on Park Avenue, showing the beautiful store here and introducing Liz. You just won Classic Universe 2024-2025.
Yes,
Tell us
sir.
about it. You look radiant.
Well, thank you. Well, it was a shock to me, Carl, but it was wonderful. An amazing pageant. It's called Classic Universe, and I won the women's segment of it. I was the...
They have a man segment?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But they have Miss, Mrs.,
Miss.
you know.
And you, what are you?
Woman.
Woman.
I am the woman.
Not Mrs., just woman.
Woman, yes.
Okay.
But anyways, it's an amazing pageant. I've never met so many women of quality in my life, women with platforms that were second to none. I was honored to be part of it, I have to tell you. One of the biggest things that I won, Carl, thanks to my family, my friends, everybody that voted for me, I won People's Choice.
I voted for you.
Yes.
A couple of times.
Which enabled me, I will be feeding 6 starving children for the rest of the year.
Very nice.
That's where the money went.
Okay.
And of course, I've had my children's store for 44 years, and that meant so much to me, Carl.
But you've been in the pageant business how long?
Oh, well, I've really dabbled in the pageant business.
For how long?
About 25 years,
Okay.
Carl.
And you basically dress a lot of these women. I mean,
Yes.
go around the store, you
Yes.
got gowns, you got all kinds of things.
Yes, I
So
do.
what is your platform? Because all you women empower other people. So what is your platform?
My platform is exactly that, Carl. Women empowering women.
Good.
Okay. I mean, I can't say more about that. I mean, I have Rollins College down the street from me right here, Carl. I talk to young ladies on a regular basis in my store because I'm a hands-on owner.
Right.
And I have to tell you, I cannot tell you how many of them confide in me. And I talk to them and I just tell them, I said, honey, let me tell you something. Do what you love.
Absolutely.
Do what you have a passion for.
And you'll be the best at it.
And you will be the best. And some of them walk out of here. They're hugging me. I've never met them before.
Well, you're giving them a jolt of self-confidence.
Absolutely.
Because in this society, I hate to say it, everybody's knocking everybody down. And that's why it's people like you and me and Stephnye.
Mm-hmm.
We need to try to bring people up.
Yes, Carl.
Celebrate the victories, not
Yes.
sit there and downgrade. So you talking to these young women
Mm-hmm.
and they see you. We're not even going to talk about your age because people would have heart failure because how great you look. And doing that with these young people has
Yes.
got to be, it's got to make you feel good.
Oh my God. I mean, every day between my children's store and my ladies' store, I mean, I'm dressing third and fourth generation on the kids' side.
Tell me about it. My wife's been coming to you for 40 years. I didn't even know this place existed. I was doing my dentistry, and she was walking Park Avenue, and she goes, oh, I went to Bebe's. I go, what the heck is Bebe's? I just would see the bills.
Yes, yes.
And that's how many years now?
Yeah, that's right. I've been here 44 years.
44 years.
Yes. And that's why when the children started growing up, and they said to me, well, where do we go now? And that was like 25 years ago.
Wow.
And I said, oh my God, you're going to make me open a woman's store, right?
So you started with the children's store first.
First.
That's where my wife saw you.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then they started growing up.
Yep.
And then, like I say, right now, I have girls walking in my store that I met them in their mother's bellies.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That was my daughter,
That's right.
Jessica.
That's
and now
right.
she's got 3 daughters.
Yeah, there you go.
It's really amazing.
It is, Carl. And it's, like I say, it's a definite labor of love and a passion for me, Carl, like no other.
There's no question. The joy that you express just talking about it,
I
your
love it.
face lights up. These women come in, you're trying to dress them. I mean, every time my wife would come in here, I would take pictures to see if she looked good on. Remember?
Yeah,
okay, you can
I
buy that.
do.
You're going to buy that.
I
I
do.
pulled a jacket off the dummy, remember? So I can understand how that makes you
Yes.
feel.
Oh, my
which
God.
is a really good feeling.
It's the
you feel like you're
best.
giving something back.
You do. And I mean, I don't know the children. I cannot tell you how many baby showers, birthday birthday parties, and
High school proms.
I know.
I mean, I see the prom kids coming in here. They need a dress for the prom. They need this.
yeah.
Now, well, it's interesting. If you weren't doing this, what would you have done? I mean, what when you were a little girl, what did you dream of doing? I know that's a loaded question.
Boy, is that one loaded.
I'm always loaded. No, not on alcohol.
Okay, Carl, I come from, like you said, I'm not ashamed of my age. I just turned 77.
Unbelievable. I hope I look as good as you at 77.
And this is who I am.
Right.
This is what God gave me. But I was during a time that my mom,
Right.
who had 5 children,
It's my mom.
okay, what your mom did is what you thought you were going to do when
Housewife?
you grew up. You were going to be a wife and a mother. I mean, that's what you thought. And I mean, that's what I thought. That's what I was going to do. But then, I don't know. I guess I grew up, I went to school, and I thought, well, my brother-in-law owned a business back where I came from, and he gave me my first job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, and I was working in, believe it or not, Carl, you ready for this
Yep.
one? A collection agency.
That's all right. I worked at McDonald's.
Oh, okay. I worked in a collection agency. ABC, do the filing,
Wow.
and all that. But anyways, I ended up working for a big conglomerate after I worked for him for a couple of years. And I was in finance, basically.
Really?
Yeah. If you would have told me I was going to ever own anything like this, I would have told you were crazy.
So why did you start this? I mean, how did you start this store?
Well,
I mean, it's a heck of a.
What happened, Carl, is a little later in life, I found myself pregnant of my son, Andrew Cody.
How did that happen?
And and I kept going home from shopping on the weekends, and I came home with nothing. And my husband said to me, "You keep going shopping, you keep coming home with nothing for this little boy. What's wrong?" And I said, "This darn town has nothing." I said,
Was this here, Winter Park?
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, "Nothing for a baby boy." And just jokingly,
Right.
Carl, I said, "I should open a baby store and see what the heck the problem is." And God bless his soul, my husband, he goes, "Why don't you?" I mean, but he was
That's
like,
a great husband, though.
no kidding.
He supported you.
He did. He
Boom.
was the best of the
Yep.
best of the best. And I have to tell you, we had $3,000 to
Mm-hmm.
our name, Carl. That was it. I got on an airplane. I knew nothing about the retail business.
Where'd you
Took
go?
my $3,000 New York.
Oh,
Went to
Fashion
market.
District. Oh, yeah.
Honey, I went to market.
Right.
And I walked in, and I afterwards, all the reps told me, "Liz, you want to know you were the laughing stock that weekend."
Really?
Yes, because they asked me, "Well, you know, what are you doing? Who are you? Where are you opening
Mm-hmm.
a store?" And I said, "Oh, I'm opening a baby store in Winter Park, Florida." And they looked at me like I had three heads, and they said, "Do you have experience? What have you done?" "Oh, no, I'm gonna." And the reps that I had, still a few of them right now, 40 years
Right.
later, we laugh about it because they thought it was a joke.
Well, because they didn't see your vision, your enthusiasm,
No.
and it's so easy to make a value judgment on people
Yes.
without believing in people. I mean, look, I became a dentist and they laughed.
Yeah,
Give me a
there you
break.
go.
You don't take no for an answer. You didn't take no.
Oh, no. Are
So-
you kidding me?
And again, leading to you being, a classic universe, you had a husband that supported you.
Yes.
And that's important in a marriage.
Yes.
You got to have both people. And we're going to talk about Stephnye with that too, because all you women have some kind of support at home.
Absolutely. I've been blessed. My first husband, who passed away very young, and I remarried 13 years ago. I was a widow for a very long time. I was running my businesses, taking care of my children, but this husband as well is very, very supportive. He knows how much this means to me.
Oh, I know. He drives you all around. Brian's great.
he's-
Brian's real good. No, trust me. I
He's
see
my
that.
chauffeur.
Yep.
I call him my
Yep.
chauffeur. But anyways, no, I mean, this is my life, and it has taken me through so many humps and bumps in my life, Carl.
Well, life is a journey.
I don't know what I would have really done without it. It's been my love, my life.
You don't think about it.
No.
You just do it.
You just do it.
You just do it.
You just
What
do it.
advice would you give a young woman who came in here today and said, I'm thinking, I want to do this? What advice would you give some young woman like that?
Well, first and foremost, like I say to a lot of the young women that do come in here that are just starting college,
Right.
because I have a college down the
Right.
street. And we start talking, and they all go, "Oh, I love your store. Maybe I want a store like this someday." That's what they do.
Oh, I know.
And I go, "Honey, let me tell you something, okay? Whatever you do with your life," I said, "make sure that you do something that you have an absolute love and passion for,
100%.
and you will be successful."
Because they don't realize how much hard work goes behind us.
Oh,
It
my
looks
goodness.
glamorous. You see all the
Yes.
beautiful hats, the
yeah.
gowns and dress.
Yes, yes.
And Liz is a multimillionaire. Look at this
Oh,
shop.
yes,
Everybody's coming in. They have no idea the blood,
None.
sweat, and tears that you've gone through.
Absolutely.
And now you're the beauty queen. You're empowering women. That's the message.
They have not a clue, Carl, and that's why I feel it's so important that I make it my business to talk to them, because I know they're young.
Have you ever done this? See, I get kids in my practice, and they
Uh-huh.
would say, "Oh, I want to be a dentist. That looks great." So I say, "You really want to be a dentist? Shadow me for a week
Oh,
in my practice,
Yeah.
and watch me work. Watch me interact. Let's see if this is something you like."
Yes.
Did you ever do that with anybody in the retail business?
Well, let me tell you, 3 different women that came into my store. These were women.
Okay.
They fell madly in love with my store. And one wanted one here, another one wanted there, all in different states,
Right.
okay? I opened 3 stores for them. Nobody
What?
knows this about me.
No.
But anyways, I opened stores for other people. And I went and I did their buy for them, their first buy for them, and they came with me. I went and stayed for a full month so that I could decorate for them, show them what to
Wow.
do. Oh, yes, everything. And one of them lasted a year. The rest of them went out just
Yeah.
like that because they don't get it. The amount of it's nothing
Yeah.
to do with money because you have all this
Right.
money.
And that's what they think.
Yes.
I mean, it's the same thing. The first question I would get from a student dentist, well, how much money do you make the first year as a dentist? I go, if that's what's driving you to be a dentist,
No.
don't be one.
Forget it.
I tell kids, don't go to college. Find out what your passion is. So it's interesting that 3 stores you opened.
3.
We just learned something new about Liz.
Yes.
She opened up a hat thing. Remember, I had you with your hats?
Yes,
And
yes, you
that was at the
did.
Derby. I
That's
mean,
right.
you're doing everything.
Well, I love it all, Carl. I really do.
That's what keeps you young. No, seriously, you think about it.
Yeah.
Most people your age are sitting on a chair watching, mindless television, and then they wonder why their legs don't work or they got high blood pressure.
Hey, look at me. I still wear the heels.
I know. I don't know how you walk in those
kidding
things. I tried to walk in and forget about it. I fell down twice. So
No, that's a lot of ladies say that come in the store. You don't wear those all day, do you? I said, oh, I do. Good 10 hours.
So when you went to Vegas and you competed, how many other people competed during it? Because I know of the women that we had on our show,
Yes.
you and Stephnye were the only 2 that won.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So
Oh, there was quite a few of us. There was, I believe, 22, and we won in our particular
Right.
categories. And I have to say, it's the first time, though, Carl. I'll be honest with you, that I felt, even myself, that almost everybody deserved to win because their platforms
Yeah.
blew me away. And a couple of the ladies right now, I'm trying to work with them on helping them with their platforms because I'd never heard stuff like this before.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I said, I don't care you live in Texas. I
Right.
want to help you.
Right.
And I've already sent her 1 box of things.
Oh,
you
really?
know? Yes. And,
well, I told you and Stephnye bring back the gold.
Yeah.
Remember?
And we did.
You did.
And we did.
There was only one other person I kept asking for the gold. I'm not going to mention her. I felt bad for her. But you 2, I said, you guys are going to win. I just had that feeling.
Thank you, Carl.
So it was
Thank
really
you.
great that
Thank
when I
you,
heard
thank
it.
you.
I wish I could have gone up there and seen you guys.
I wished you could have
Yeah.
too.
So now all you women are getting together, what, this coming weekend?
Yes, we're going on a cruise.
And what are you celebrating?
Oh, well, we're going to, first of all, I guess, celebrate our win,
Right.
because all the winners are going to be there.
All the winners are going to be there.
And the
Wow.
past 2 years as
Wow.
well. Yes,
Okay.
are going to be there as well. And to be honest with you, Carl, I need a little rest right now.
You're not going to get rest partying with all these women. Come on. Stephnye already told me she needs margaritas. I'd like to be the fly on the wall for you women there.
I like lemon drop martinis.
Oh, I know what you do. I drink it at your house every time you have a party. Lemon drop martini.
That's
As long as
right.
you don't drop, you'll be fine.
That's right. That's right. But anyways, no, I'm looking forward to a very, very wonderful weekend.
So in closing, what would you like to tell our audience and
Well,
about your whole experience, your life? I
Yes.
mean, you lived a heck of a great life so far.
oh my goodness, I have to say I have in my 77 years, Carl. I've had all my hardships. I've had my sorrows like everybody.
Right.
I've lost a husband and 2 children. And but God has been good to me. And I'm grateful to him every day of the week for what I do have right now and the love of so many people,
Yep.
including you and your lovely wife. And I still think there's still some bigger and better things
Absolutely.
ahead.
If you dream it, you can do it.
You know?
Who said that?
Yes.
Walt Disney.
Walt
And that's
Disney.
been my mantra forever. If you don't have dreams, you might as well be dead.
That's correct.
Seriously. So you're 77?
Yes,
Still
sir.
dreaming. I'm 69. I'm still dreaming.
that's right.
And without the dreams, we're worthless.
And I don't plan on stopping.
I want to thank Liz Shepard for a great interview. She brought home the gold, and we have another shopper in the store, Mrs. Stephnye Weiss. Stephnye, Mrs. Classic Universe.
Yes.
You brought home the gold.
I did. I'm
Now,
so proud.
we're so proud of you. Now, please have a seat. I have lots of questions I want to ask you. It's my great pleasure to introduce Stephnye Weiss, another beauty queen who brought home the gold to Florida. Liz Shepard just gave her testimonial how great it was in Vegas. And Stephnye, Mrs. Classic Universe, this is pretty cool. Tell us about it.
Thank you. Oh, it was such an amazing pageant. I just met so many interesting and intelligent women with just amazing platforms.
But you were the oldest in your division.
I was absolutely. I was the oldest in my division. And one of my platforms is to be inspiring to other women by embracing my age. And I felt that I accomplished that.
Did you feel intimidated by the other people at all because you were older?
No.
Good.
I felt very confident in who I am.
Good.
Yes.
See, I always tell everybody, we may be old, but we're bold.
That's right.
That's what I tell people.
Very bold.
Very
Yes.
bold, very confident, and that's different than being cocky and arrogant.
It is, absolutely. It's being confident
Right.
with who you are.
Yes. And being happy with who you are.
Yes, absolutely.
And you also won.
I also won
Tell the
Top
audience.
Model, the Timeless Beauty Fashion Show.
Wow.
So I will be modeling
Where?
New York Fashion Week.
Are you serious? New York
I am
Fashion Week?
absolutely serious for 3 top designers on Saturday, September 7th. Yes, at the New Yorker. It is from 1 to 4. So if you're in New York, please come in and see the show.
Well, I'm familiar with that because my cousin, his wife is a designer for black and white, for Tommy. So they're always there. I just don't go into the city. But that's pretty cool that you were the top fashion model.
I
and you're gonna be
was, and
walking the runway there, huh?
I am, and I am also going to be featured on a billboard in Times Square.
In Times Square?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
how cool is
so
that?
I'm so excited. I'm so honored to have won.
You should be, because the only billboard I'm is in a post office. That's unbelievable. That's
You're
great.
wanted.
I am wanted. But also, you had a lot of good sponsors.
Absolutely, I did, and I am so thankful to all my sponsors.
How do you say this guy's name? One of the top?
Constantine Mendieta. He is one of the top plastic surgeons in Miami. Actually, in 2022, I believe he was one of the top surgeons in Newsweek magazine.
Wow.
He's actually known for his butt lift.
Butt lift?
His butt lift.
Look at that
yes.
butt. Now that is one
Brazilian
beautiful butt.
lift.
The Brazilian butt
But
lift.
he does many other body contouring surgeries and
Okay.
procedures.
Well, I can tell you, I'm not going to
He's
him. I don't want no
amazing.
Brazilian butt lift for me. So that's him. And then you had another sponsor here locally.
Yes, yes.
This is unbelievable.
Artistic Beauty, Ashley Pottenberg, and she has a a premier med spa in Winter Park, anti-aging.
Really?
And they are amazing. Such a lovely...
Locally here?
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
What's her name?
Ashley Pottenberg.
Ashley Pottenberg. Wow, Winter Park's premier anti-aging med spa.
Yes,
So this is what these beauty queens are doing. This is great. And you have a platform too. You have multiple platforms. I've been researching you.
Well, I do. Animal advocacy is my main platform. And actually, Liz and I are doing a fashion show and a luncheon across the street on September 28th at 3:10. And all of the proceeds are going to go to Adore Pet Rescue in Oviedo, Florida.
What day is that? September 28th.
It's a Saturday, and
Okay.
it's going to be 1 to 3. We're going to have a DJ, a glass of bubbly on us, and lunch.
Nice.
And just amazing fashions
Is
by
this being
Liz.
advertised now?
Yes.
Okay, where's
yes.
it being advertised?
It's
it on
advertised
Facebook,
on
Instagram, where?
Facebook,
Okay.
Eventbrite. You can buy your tickets.
Okay.
It's Perfect Bites, Barks, and Bubbles.
Perfect bites, butts. Very nice. No Brazilian butt lifts there.
No,
Okay.
no. But some beautiful, amazing girls will be there modeling these fashions.
Now, I asked this question to Liz. I'm going to ask you the same question.
Okay.
How did you get started in this?
Oh my goodness. I actually started in pageants when I was a child.
Seriously?
My mother was Miss Florida. She had many titles.
Your mother was
back-
Miss Florida. Wow. What
back
year was
in
that?
the 50s.
The
Oh,
50s.
gosh.
Wow.
Yes, and Miss Fort Lauderdale, many titles.
Wow.
And so she started me in pageants, and I actually was Mrs. Tallahassee, and I went to the Mrs. Florida America pageant, and I had an amazing time. I didn't win. I ended up in the top 10,
Okay.
but I was very proud of that. I also owned my own pageant franchise at one time, Sunburst Pageants. And
What is that?
It's a beauty pageant.
Okay.
And I actually had Mississippi. So I had the state of Mississippi for my pageants. Mm-hmm.
So you've been doing this almost your whole life.
I stopped for quite a while.
Okay.
And after meeting Liz and some of her friends, I ended up back into the pageant.
So Liz got you back into this, didn't she? A little bit.
Yes, Liz was a little responsible for it. So.
But also, once again, when you're doing something, it takes a lot of time. You have to have that support in order for you to do all this stuff.
I do. My husband, he is a wonderful man, and he's very supportive in my endeavors, and he's always there for me, whether he just sits and watches me and claps or helps me study. Because I went back to school.
You did?
I went back to school 2 years ago at, I guess I was 63,
Unbelievable.
to finish my degree in legal studies.
Oh, wow.
And he was so helpful and so supportive of that. And it was full time. I thought, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake. Well, 2 years later, and that's what it took me, but I did finish.
Very nice.
At the top of my class.
Wow.
With the highest honors. Yes, I did.
All I'm hearing is you're finishing on the top of
Always,
everything. Look at you.
always.
She's finishing on the top of everything.
Thank
And look what's on top of her head. I mean, look at that beautiful crown.
It is gorgeous. I love it. And my banner.
Yep, your banner. We see your
Yes.
banner, and you're going on a cruise with Liz and the other beauty queens.
Yes, we are. We actually leave on Thursday.
Very nice.
And it's going to be amazing. We did it last year and had such a wonderful time. The group of queens.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to it, not only to get together, but for a little R&R.
No
just
husbands
like
go,
Liz.
right?
Oh, no. Our husbands
are going?
absolutely going.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now, Stephnye, I know animals are very close to your heart. When we had a conversation the last time, you were telling me how you rescued not only just dogs, but you rescued a horse. Tell us how you do this and why do you do this?
I love animals. I actually have 2 Rottweilers. I have a rescue Great Pyrenees that was just found tied to a fence by a river.
Oh, my God.
And I took him in, and to this very day, we have a pool with rocks around it, and he thinks that he's supposed to drink out of the pool.
I saw that on Facebook.
Did you see? Absolutely, that's the truth. And then, gosh, a year in November, I was asked to take a horse that was actually, he was at slaughter,
Really?
and someone bought him. Actually, they didn't buy him. They took him on trial from a lady that had bought him from the slaughterhouse, and he was going to be sold as a hunter jumper.
Right.
And sadly, he did not pass the vets, and he couldn't jump because his joints were starting to fuse. So they called me and said, could you find it in your heart to take in this horse?
And you said absolutely.
Absolutely, of course. I didn't see him, knew nothing about him. I just said, bring him. Well, he still is. He's a beautiful, amazing animal. But
You
he
ride
was
him. I
not-
see him.
I do.
Yeah, yeah.
It took me about 8 months before I could ride
So
him.
you trained him.
Not
worked with him?
trained him, but he didn't trust people.
Okay.
I think that I don't know his life, but I can tell it wasn't pleasant.
Right.
And so I just gave him the time that he needed
Wow.
to try to forget
Right.
about everything and to start over with him. And riding, I didn't care if I ever rode him.
Right.
I just wanted to be his friend
Right.
and for him to trust me and have that bond. And I can honestly say that we have that bond.
And that's
now.
what's amazing to me, that human beings are so nasty, yet you look at animals like a dog is unconditionally loving you.
Yes.
I mean, they love you more than they love themselves. You see
Absolutely.
it all the time. I have friends who work with canine companions
Mm-hmm.
and the whole 9 yards. And it's just amazing that human beings could be so nasty to these animals. And you've now got 3 dogs and a horse, all rescued.
Yes.
What else you got?
Yes. Well, I have a bird, but
You
the
had a
was
bird?
not a rescue.
You didn't rescue that bird. What
I
kind of
did not
bird is that?
rescue- Pretty boy. And he did have a friend. And
What kind of bird, though?
cockatiel.
Oh, cockatiel. Okay.
Cockatiel. His name was Pretty Boy. And he did have a friend, and he, bless his heart, he just got so upset when he lost his friend.
Right.
He ran up and down the perch, and I just did not want to get another bird at the time. So someone suggested I get him a mirror.
A mirror.
A mirror. So I actually got 3. And now he has 3 friends, and he is the happiest bird.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes. He talks to himself all the time. It's adorable.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to put mirrors up, and I'm going to talk to myself and have more friends. That's amazing.
Yes, yes.
Wow. That's unbelievable. I've never heard that. See, we learned something always on Tonight Orlando. It's not just a show about nothing. It's a show about a lot of positivity. It's a show about empowering people.
Yes,
we have
it
a great
is.
producer. He doesn't like to
Yes.
mention his name, but I don't care. I always mention Tom's name. And we create something that's positive. We want to be around happy people. We don't want to be
Yes.
around negativity. And you exemplify that, you and Liz. Every time I see you
you.
guys, you're always smiling, guys,
Thank
ladies.
you.
You're always smiling. You're always happy.
I am. I'm very happy. I'm a very
It's
happy
obvious.
person.
Yeah, I haven't seen you nasty yet. Maybe a little tequila. No, I don't know. Maybe on the cruise ship. Make sure you put away the cell phones.
Oh my goodness. And one other thing.
Yes.
The mirrors work with horses too.
Really?
Yes. I actually read about that.
Oh, so you read about this?
I did read about that because my horse at the time when he came, I had a boarder who left, and he became very upset because he was alone. And I did read that you could buy these plastic mirrors and put in the
Wow.
stall, and that would keep them occupied and content. But actually, 3 days later, he was fine.
He was fine.
He just looked at me as his buddy, and I needed to be at the barn.
And what's amazing is how they develop the trust with you when they see that you're kind and you're
Yes.
compassionate. I
Yes.
mean, they even can tell when you're sick.
Oh, they can tell your mood.
Yep.
They can feel, I believe, your heartbeat from like 20 feet away. They can feel your presence when
Oh,
you're
there's
coming.
no question. My wife adopted 2 cats when the Orlando Pet Alliance burned down.
Yes.
So
Oh,
she
that was
wanted
horrible.
she wanted to donate money. I'm allergic to cats. So next thing I know, there's the Pet Alliance in my driveway. They go, "Are you Dr. B?" I go, "Huh?" They go, "Your wife adopted 2 cats." I go, "I'm allergic to cats." She comes out, "No, he's not. He thinks he is."
Just take some Benadryl. You'll be
And,
fine.
no, I don't like to do that. But those cats are bonded to my wife like I've never seen.
They
I mean, when she comes in, they're at the window, scratching at the window because they're in a house at night. At the daytime, they're in our big screen enclosure. But it's amazing. And when she wasn't feeling good, you can see the cats knew that.
Yes.
It's amazing
They're
how intuitive these animals
They are so intuitive,
Yeah.
and they know. And like you said, they love you unconditionally.
And now you're going to be having a gala in Brevard, right?
Yes, September 21st, there's a gala, and it actually, the proceeds are for the Brevard County Humane Society. Yes.
So that's pretty cool. So you got that. You got the one across the street here on Park Avenue.
Yes,
So you're staying pretty busy.
Yes, and we have another one. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but it'll be on Facebook, and everybody
Very
will
good.
see it that we're having.
So how do they find it on Facebook?
Well, I guess
Can they
would
just
need
Google
to
the
go
Alliance or something?
Brevard County.
Okay.
It's called Tucks and Tails.
Tucks and
For
Tails.
Brevard County. Yes.
Okay.
And the other one, I'm not sure.
So you get a
the
little
name yet.
emotional. You're sniffing here. You're getting a little excited over this.
I
Get
am.
emotional.
I am so excited
Yeah.
because there are just too many animals out there on the streets. Right now, there's over 70 million,
You know
and
what-
only 6.5 of those find homes, and
what-
that's not. That's
What's
too big a
blowing my
number.
mind, every day you see something on Facebook. Found this dog walking around Tuscaloosa Road. Found this dog with a collar. Found this. I'm going, what are these people doing?
I know.
They're just letting him out? I mean, they're just abandoning him. There was a lady here. She left her apartment. She left the dog in there and moved
Oh,
out
I
of
know.
state.
People.
We need to become a kinder society.
Yes, we
this
do.
is terrible. I
We-
mean, I'm
we
glad I'm old.
absolutely do.
Because that's not the way I grew up.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's not the way you grew up. Because we're similar in age.
No, humanity to me is the bonds that hold us together.
Absolutely.
And we need to bring humanity back.
I agree with you 100%. I can see you get emotional, the sniffing. It's all good.
Well, I was just, when you talked about the dog being
Right.
left and these animals out on the street, about 3 weeks ago, my neighbor walked outside and there was a horse standing at her back gate.
What?
And it was in such bad shape and so thin. It's just, people just let him go.
Yeah,
They
it's-
just get rid of him. We live in the country, of course.
Oh,
it
I know where
wasn't
you
like
live.
a neighborhood.
You bought my patient's house.
Yes, I did.
It's a
That's
small
right.
world.
It is. I know.
It's a very small
When she
world.
said, "Is that Dr. Carl, the dentist?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, tell me."
The world's getting
She
smaller
said
every
you were
day.
the best dentist.
Well, thank
Yes,
you.
yes, it
I always
is.
believe if you do your best and you love what you do, it's easy.
Yes, you
I
gotta
love
love
being a
what you
dentist.
do
I loved
because
it.
then it's not work.
No, I never felt I was at work. I just loved it. I like joking with people. I like making people feel comfortable, just like you.
Yes.
But
yes.
it's unbelievable. And I'm not ready for a dog right now because I do too much traveling. But
But when you are, I know that you won't shop, you'll adopt.
oh no, I'm not shopping.
Yes.
No, I'm not buying. After seeing all these people rescuing dogs, and it's amazing how these dogs, once they get your confidence and passion, they become your lifelong partner. It's amazing.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. They're your best friend. They don't care.
No.
They don't care what time you get home. They don't care if the house is a mess. They just want you to be there.
Well, did you hear the Jimmy Buffett song that he wrote? My Dog Loves Me?
I don't think I heard that one.
It's a
No?
great song by Jimmy Buffett because he had dogs, rescues. And I played in my car. I got to send you the name of the song. But he says, my dog doesn't complain if I come home late. It doesn't yell at me if I don't put the toilet seat down. My dog loves me unconditionally. And I'm listening to this. And my wife goes, well, that was our dog. Our dog was like that. Because we had a dog we had to finally put down after 16 years.
Oh, wow.
But this is a funny story I got to tell the audience. We had an American Eskimo. I'm not going to get into the whole story, but my wife would feed it chocolate, pizza, you name it, fed it everything. We had a chocolate cabinet. So she takes it to the vet, who now is our neighbor. Debbie, you can't do this. This dog's going to die young. It has a lifespan of 12. She goes, well, I'd rather have a happy dog than a sad dog because he gets sad when he doesn't get his chocolate. So
Well, 16, I think the
he
dog
lived to 16. When we had to put him down because it was a neurological, I mean, there was no hope. We tried everything.
Mm-hmm.
The vet goes, I'm not arguing with Debbie. The dog should only live 12 years. And Debbie goes, it was the chocolate.
It was the chocolate. That's an
No,
amazing
I'm not
story.
endorsing giving your dogs chocolate. Get that off the table. But, I don't argue with Debbie. Debbie knows best.
Yes.
So, unbelievable,
Yes, we
huh?
do,
Yes,
yes.
you women know best. Us men know it. So, anything you like to tell the audience in closing?
What I would like to say is just go out, be yourself, do what makes you happy, and then you'll be happy. But don't settle. Don't ever settle. Just be you and do what you love.
And that's true. In closing, I always tell people, hang around happy people, hang around people that are going to bring you up, not bring you down, and don't take no for your answers.
That's right. Yes.
And you have to be happy with yourself first before you find happiness.
And don't let age ever.
What's age?
Just
What's
don't
age?
let age.
You're killing me here.
Well, I'm 65.
I'm 69.
Well, never let age stop you from achieving your dreams. Age is no more a disease than adolescence is. So don't ever let it stop you.
Age is just a number, and ours is
That's
not
right.
up.
It's
So you don't
just
have
a
to worry
number.
about that. But the only problem that I have with age is my brain tells me I'm 35, but my body says, you're creaking, Carl, slow down. So I have to watch certain things now. And you know that.
do, I do,
We have to
I
watch
know
things,
that.
but you know what? I was in the gym
Yes.
already today for an hour, and I'm not stopping anything, and you're not stopping. I
No,
see you
I'll
working
be at the
out.
gym
Yep,
tomorrow.
yep.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it was great. I'm glad you brought the gold back to Florida.
Me too. Thank you.
We're very proud of you. It was
Thank
great
you
having
so
you.
much, Carl.
You've
It was
always
so
been
nice
excellent.
to be here again.
Oh
Thank
yeah, it's
you.
wonderful to see you again. So
Thank
you and
you.
Liz, I said you two are going to bring home the gold. I was right. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching Tonight Orlando. I'm your host, Dr. Carl. Till next time, ciao.